The Outdoor Show. It's the program that puts you into the peaceful and beautiful home of Mother Nature. It moves you back to that calm fishing pond up north, one step away from Lake Michigan, or into your hunting blind on a brisk fall morning. The Outdoor Show. It's a peaceful program. This is not your mother's outdoor show. This is the WHTC Outdoor Show, hosted by a guy who literally has hunting in his name. Tom Middendorp is Dutch for Village in the Maiden, or King's Hunting Ground. Your co-host, sometimes, is Tim Becker of Powderhorn Guns and Archery. It's time for what really happens when the guys go up north on that hunting trip. It's time for the WHTC Outdoor Show, presented by My Firearms ETS. That's MI Firearms ETS on 1450 WHTC, Holland's news leader.
Good morning. Welcome to the Outdoor Show. I'm Tom Middendorp. My sometimes co-host, Captain Tim Becker of Powderhorn Guns and Archery, is here today.
You got
It's
it.
just Tim and I.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. No guests this morning.
That's all right, though.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the, it's the beginning part that makes you go, oh, ho, hum, before it goes, the peaceful outdoors. I came out this morning. I'll set the stage for you. I came outside, and of course the sun is rising. I'm looking to the north, and I look down over the fields, and you got that summer green color.
Yep.
And then the river is to the north and the northwest of me, and there's this strip of fog.
Yeah.
And it's just dense fog right over top of the river. And then the sun's rising over to the northeast, and it was just beautiful. I love sunrises.
No kidding.
And, people ask me, well, why do you do that every Saturday morning? Well, honestly, I like the sunrise, so
yeah.
I'd rather get up in the morning than to stay up late at night.
It's funny you said that. This morning I drove down into my sheep farm right up by the front gate.
Oh, yeah.
And I was overlooking the pasture, and I saw that exact same thing because I got a river that runs behind it.
Right.
And the dew with the sun glaring down on it was shining, and then you could see the fog coming up off the river in the back, and I just sat there and I could see the sheep playing around in it, and it was just kind of neat.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Just to see that in the morning?
Yep.
I like the quiet of the morning.
Yep.
When you stay up late at night, that's more like, I don't know. It's noisy.
Yeah.
It's loud.
Yeah.
In the morning, it's just peaceful and quiet.
Nothing's out.
That's probably what makes us like hunting.
Well, I was going to say that's something that I get to watch almost every morning when I hunt. I get to see that come up off the fields, or there's
Right.
always something new you catch.
Yes, definitely. I don't know. I just like to sit here and let's just sit and be quiet and enjoy the sunrise this morning. Forget about talking. Not.
Yeah. Hey, we still get to see a little bit of the sun out this window, though.
This is true.
Oh,
This is true. The
so bad.
I was just thinking about all the cool things, in the morning when you go out fishing in the morning.
Yep.
Sun's rising, you go out hunting in the morning. It's just, I don't know. I'm just in awe of the sunrise.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's anyhow.
But some people find me to be a little weird. I really like when that October, gray skies start to move in. I think that's real pretty too. See the big white clouds come down, you see the gray sky start moving in, the smell in the air and the leaves falling, it just reminds me of everything I love.
It's funny you said that because earlier this week it was really cold in the morning when I went out, and I was thinking,
excited.
It's a beautiful fall morning.
Yep.
We haven't had much of a summer yet.
Yeah.
We got some over the 4th.
Yep.
It's supposed to be kind of warm today.
Tomorrow too, but it sounds like slight chance of rain now.
That's just Caitlin's,
her theory of weather.
Yeah, that's her theory of weather. She doesn't know. She's just telling us stuff.
Hey, I'm just reading what the internet tells me.
Well,
just reading what the internet tells you.
I don't claim to be a meteorologist.
You bet. But it's kind of funny too, because right now I look forward to those gray skies moving in. But then come late winter, all I want to do is hear the birds chirping, the turkeys gobbling in the morning, letting me know that it's coming closer to the turkey season. So it changes from, time of year.
You're right. It does.
But what is real neat is these deer are starting to show up in fields as you're driving through. Wildlife's really starting to move again.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Oh, yeah. Conversely, last night, I was coming home at dusk after my daughter's ball game, and there was a doe and her fawn in the soybean field, because the soybean's not that tall, and you can see them. And their color at the sunset is
they're almost orange.
I was just looking at your beard.
Yeah. That's why I'm such a good hunter.
It's funny.
I become one.
You become one with nature.
Yeah.
I'm not picking on your beard. The orange color. I was thinking, hey, it's just like Tim's beard.
Yeah. Truth be told, I dye it to be that color. For this time of year.
Oh, it's kind of like putting on face paint.
You got it. I'm blending in. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
No, but it's just everything's coming to life. The fish are starting to bite a little bit. Out in Lake Michigan, Lake Mac is doing real well for fishing. It has all year. The catfish, the sheephead, the bass. Right. Yeah. It's been great. So our local bodies of water are really catching fish.
So, people want to get out and they want to get on the go off the shore and so on. Or off the pier.
Yep.
They're being successful.
Oh yeah.
At fishing.
Yep. Now, I'm selling a lot of bait, and they're coming right across the boardwalk from my shop there, by where they put in those. I think they're kayak launches. And catfish.
I saw somebody take. It's got the hard bottom boat, but the inflatable thing that goes around it. I saw them launch that the other day.
No kidding.
From that spot there by you.
Yeah.
And
but yeah, they're catching fish like crazy, and big ones. So that's great. Yeah. But other than that, I've heard of a couple perch reports coming around. Couple of fish being caught. Still not hot and heavy. The salmon scatter anywhere from 35 foot to 15 miles out.
Really?
Yeah, so it's still slow going, but people are starting to pick up salmon again. Yeah.
So is that because they're still to the south and haven't moved up?
I hear of north fishing being a little better. There is a big tournament that starts next weekend in Ludington.
Okay.
Yep. And some fishing's going pretty good there, but it always seems to go quite a bit better there, strictly because they plant so many more fish there. So their plants are still good. We need to get that.
So they hang around there?
Yeah.
So if they plant the fish there, why don't they plant them at different ports?
I wish they'd plant them all right here.
Well, yeah, that'd be nice.
But... No, and I really don't know why they don't do that. I did hear that they did plant a bunch more this year. Around this area, but I'm not sure. I believe that they had slowed down, but don't quote me on that, over the last few years of planting or not putting any in. That's just, bait shop talk that everybody's coming in saying and upset about. And
so if they plant them here, how long does it take before those are the fish we want to catch? How long? I mean, because they plant them when they're...
Well, we like catching 4-year-olds because they're your 20-plus pound fish.
So if they planted them here, 4 years from now,
they would be the mature fish.
We'd see the mature fish.
Yeah.
They don't.
Well, three or four.
Do they move to the south and move to the? I mean,
I don't know. I've always like Ludington. Their claim is that they just stack up right there and they stay there. They run the rivers, but they from what I'm told, it's just south and just north of Ludington, all through there is good fishery. But if that is the case, we do need to come back to planting. I can honestly say, even though I've lived in Ludington, I have never fished out of Ludington or Pentwater. Never fished out of it for salmon.
What'd you live in Ludington for? I thought you lived there to fish.
Fish on Hamlin, and then I did a lot of deer hunting and duck hunting up there.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Okay.
But at that time, I didn't have my salmon boat up there or anything. I was just on the small bodies of water and
Just hanging out.
yeah, catching walleye and perch and bluegill and bass and then spent a lot of time duck hunting and deer hunting. That's just an awesome area up there.
Well, you know, speaking of duck hunting and deer hunting, I'm pretty sure he can't go out and mow down long weeds in your swamp with his skid steer. But our newest sponsor.
Yep.
He's not our new sponsor anymore because he's sponsored starting last week. So he's our newest sponsor.
Yep.
It's Earth Solutions, and that'd be Matt Nienice, and it's 566-0390. Earth Solutions can clear land, prep your site for food plots, clear and grub shooting lanes. He can also put in driveways for, with crushed concrete or crushed asphalt. He can grind stumps out for you. If you cut down a tree and you got to get rid of that stump, he's got the stump grinder. But interestingly enough, last week he did a job. Guy called him down. He says, well, there's no way you can get all this done. I just want to pay for 5 hours. So give me 5 hours and get as much done as you can. And I believe Matt told me it was 3.5 hours later. He called the guy and said, I'm done. The guy said, what? So he drove over there, drove into the place, and his jaw just dropped.
No kidding.
So we're talking extreme brush hogging.
Oh, yeah. And when somebody knows how to run one of the machines he's on like he does.
That's true.
Boom.
That's true.
Saving time and money.
Yeah, he's been running these machines for, the better part of 20 years or more.
Yeah. Oh.
And he knows what he's doing. So you need something, you need an area cleared so you can do your build a food plot. You need some shooting lanes cleared so you can set up for this fall. Or if you need to put a driveway in, crushed concrete, crushed asphalt, or even if you have to have a stump ground out, give Matt a call, 616-566-0390. And speaking of that, you get that stuff all cleared. You have Earth Solutions, Matt, come in and clear the area out for you. Then you can go down to Farmers Co-op Elevator in Hudsonville. It's your food plot headquarters. They have over 40 different seed varieties that you can choose from. They have in-house soil testing. They've got fertilizers, lime. They've got equipment that you can rent in order to plant, maintain, and get the maximum performance out of your food plot. So if you're looking at those food plots and building those food plots, you give Earth Solutions a call. Then you get on over to the Farmers Co-op in Hudsonville at 3302 Prospect Street in Hudsonville. If you need a complete list of products and services, check them out online, fcelevator.com. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We'll be back here shortly on the Outdoor Show. Welcome back to the Outdoor Show, brought to you by Michigan Firearms, your personal protection and concealed carry specialists. We're back, ready to talk with you. Give us a call, 395-1450. And it's just Tim and I, Captain Tim from Powderhorn Guns and Archery.
You know it.
You gotta get that Captain Tim. Arr, matey.
I agree.
Well, excuse me. This morning we're sitting here and we're just talking about anything and everything to do with the outdoors and kind of prepping for that fall season.
Yep.
Thinking about those sunrises, sitting here with my Biggby coffee.
Yep.
You got to sit here with the Biggby coffee.
You got it.
And Biggby's open early. You can get your Biggby coffee before you go out to the hunting blind.
You got it.
You can get. You can also buy grounds.
Oh, really?
Of the Biggby coffee right there at the store. I like to buy the French roast so that I can roast it right at home.
Nice.
Because I like the Biggby French roast. It's excellent.
Good.
It's excellent coffee. Anyway, they've got two locations. One's over on 120th and Chicago Drive there, and the other one is right across from Timmy's store.
You're not kidding.
Douglas.
I saw it too.
Are they blocking your view of it?
Oh, yeah.
With that new building up on top of the
Oh, you
hill?
know what? No, that one is...
I bet between the two buildings you can still see it.
I can see them, but they're going to be putting in a strip mall there or something.
That's going to block it?
That'll block my view of the Biggby.
Well, you better get down and see Tim over at 127 North River before they block his view of Biggby.
Yeah, no kidding. We can sit outside and look at it. And
there
then
you
we'll
go.
walk over there.
If you can't find it, stop in at 127 North River and Tim will point it out for you.
Point it out right there.
Because that's the newest location of Biggby in Holland. And I go to both. And, you know, spread it back and forth.
Yeah.
Same owner, though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, he's happy you're spreading it to both then. He's okay with that.
Well, of course he is.
Yeah.
Of course he is. Got to keep them both busy.
You got it.
Well, and, you know, talking about all of the food plotting stuff and things like that we were just touched on with the fact that Earth Solutions can come in and clear the area, and then you can get on down to the Farmers Co-op and you can plant and maintain. But when should you start making a food plot? We've had Terry on here at all different times of the year.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There's always something that you should be doing to enhance your food plots, enhance your health of your deer, your minerals, your rack growth. But there's so many. I think it all comes down to what are you planting.
Well, I was going to say, we talked about it. You said it's kind of early for you to start.
Yeah, for me, but for a lot of people, it's amazing how many people right now are up north, down south, or in town here getting their food plots in, or prepping. Like last week Thursday, I took off to go up north to clean up the cabin, brush mow the trails, and then spray the fields.
Okay.
For me, I plant a lot of just field rye. That's the number one thing. I've tried it all, but that's what our deer really like there.
And that doesn't mean other areas are going to like it.
Yeah, absolutely not.
It's all going to depend on what you've got in your area for food, right?
Yep. And your soil. Now, rye grows in a lot of stuff, but certain areas, deer prefer different things. One of the things that I hear all the time are those winter peas.
Winter peas?
People planting winter peas. Now, we do that up at our farm, and they eat them too, or the farm that that I hunt. They eat them too, but ryegrass they really seem to like.
Well, I know when we set up, we had brushed out and made trails, not just for shooting lanes, but trails for the deer to go through because we were clear cut, sort of.
Okay.
The property we had was really thick and a mess.
Okay.
And it was really tough for the deer to travel through there, so they'd go on the 2-track that was through there a lot, which some think, okay, cool, we'll sit on the 2-track. Well, there's only one 2-track, and you don't want to put a blind at each end. Yeah. It's not going to work. So we did shooting lanes because there were areas they tried to go. So what we found was areas they liked to travel. We cleared them out, and we put the rye in those lanes.
Yep.
We planted it heavy in there.
Yep.
And that kind of gave them an area to browse and work their way through and so on. And then it served as our shooting lanes and such and paths for them to travel in the hunting season.
Yep.
And so the rye worked great for that. But then there was another area where we put the sugar beets. And they just tore them up.
They like that, huh?
Oh, they tore them up.
See, and it's funny because...
But the sugar beets, they only tore up in the dark.
Oh, they wouldn't eat them during the daylight, huh?
Yeah, they wouldn't go out in that field. So then they'd be on those travel lanes.
No kidding. And they preferred the rye or whatever else you had during the daylight.
I think they preferred that just to make sure they were not out in the open.
Okay.
Because the lanes were only 6
so your
foot
sugar
wide.
beet was a bigger field.
Yeah, it was a bigger,
okay.
Probably, I don't know, it's probably just an acre, but it was
That's
an
still
opening.
A pretty big
It was
open.
an opening.
Yeah.
And that made them
especially
kind of
those bucks in early season. They don't want to be in that opening.
No. And that's what made it nice for them to go down those travel lanes.
Yeah.
And then they had the rye they could browse on as they worked their way through.
But the one thing that you got there, too, is, when you have all that food source out there, if you have the does, come late October, you're going to have the bucks.
Right. And we definitely had the does.
Yep.
Lots of them.
Yep.
Was everybody around us kept taking the bucks.
Except for you. No, you get the does, and those bucks will come in there.
Well, yeah, when that rut starts, and then they go there, so
they go dumb.
They're
doing stuff that bucks should not be doing.
They're teenage boys.
Yes.
Always doing stuff they should not be doing.
You got it. And I need all the help I can get when I'm hunting, so I'm good with that. The rut comes around, and I'm jumping up and down. All right.
Well, if you've got areas for clearing or cutting that are thick and brushy, of course, you use our solutions. You get the stuff laid out there. If you want your ryegrass to get thick and you've planted it earlier, now's a good time to cut it. If you cut it and let it lay there, you'll cut it and mow it, basically, is what I'm getting at. And along with mowing your grass around your yard. But Also, you know where you can get some great trimmers, chainsaws, like the chainsaws on the Extend-A-Pole and the different chainsaws, steel chainsaws, steel STIHL.
Yep.
Don't go steal them.
Yeah.
That's bad. You know where you can get those?
I'd imagine Westenbrook.
Well, yeah. You get on over to Westenbrook Mower, right on Chicago, or right on 120th between Chicago Drive and Lakewood, and check out that new facility because that is
awesome.
Oh, it's primo. It's primo.
I got to stay for an hour when I'm there to look at everything and
I know.
touch everything.
I do the same thing. I get in there and I look at, okay, I want that one and I want that one and I want that one.
Load them all up. Do you take personal check?
Yeah. But even if you don't have something that they sold you, they service all of it.
Yep.
I've got old equipment that they service for me on a regular basis. I let them take care of the servicing. That way I know it's ready to go when I'm ready to use it.
And it's done right.
Yeah, it's definitely done right. So get on over to Westenbrook Mower where they service what they sell and a whole lot more. All units are ready to use when they leave the store. Westenbrook submits your warranty information so you don't have to. Stop in to the Holland or the Genesis store. Check them out on your computer at westenbrookmower.com. Or call them at 616-396-5733. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We'll be back here shortly on The Outdoor Show.
News update.
Welcome back to The Outdoor Show, brought to you by Powderhorn Guns and Archery for all your arrow knocking, gun cocking, fish hooking, flag waving, stand up and sing God Bless America hunting and fishing needs. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We're back ready to answer your questions right here on The Outdoor Show. And don't forget, because of construction over there by your shop, the store's not going to open till 10?
10-ish today. We got the phone call yesterday, and then I just got the alarm phone call. Because of the construction going on around us, they had to cut the power to the building so that they could hook in. So they said it will not be back on till at least 10 o'clock. Second time this week they've done that.
Bugger.
Yep. So we will
should have said, no, you're going to have to start at 6. Sorry.
Be done by 8.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yep, that is what, if you stop by first thing this morning, I apologize. We have no power to do anything. So, we'll be opening as soon as they put power back on.
Well, if the power's not on, you can't go to the store. I got some shoveling you can help me with until then.
There's breakfast I can help myself with. Yeah.
Hey, we got a caller on the line. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Well, I'm doing fine. How about you?
Excellent. Excellent. I had to turn my volume up just a little bit.
Okay. I just checked on a motion camera yesterday, and in about 6 weeks' time, there's about 10 different days that there's coyotes on there, and one mother with 2 pups.
Uh-oh.
So that could have an effect on deer.
Big time. Big effect on deer. What?
So... You're local here, Holland, yeah?
Yeah, I am, but the cameras were at Three Rivers where I hunt.
Okay, just down south. Yep.
Okay. So,
that's a big problem when it comes to deer population. Have you had problems with coyotes there before, or is this kind of new to you?
Yeah, they're there every year, but this is the most that we have pictures of.
If I was, a recommendation is either try to hunt them yourself or find somebody to come and try to take care of them, because I watched it just completely change habitat of all the whitetails we've got up north, as well as taking the herd with them. I do recommend that you do something to try to at least put that into population control.
Can I ask, did you say it was 10 days in a row, the game camera?
No, 10 days in all.
10 days in all.
Yeah.
How many different from what you can tell on the game camera, how many different coyotes do you think there were total? Or was there a picture with a bunch of them in it?
No, only the one time with mother and 2 pups. and the other days, well, they kind of all looked the same, but some of them were at night, so you couldn't really tell for sure the shape of it. But there's several different ones because they're different size.
Yeah. And
that's what I was wondering. They were all different sizes.
And when you got pups, there's multiple males running around.
Well, your male and female, I believe they mate for life. Once they pair up, I believe they stay together.
I don't know that. Josh would be the guy for us to ask.
Either Josh or we could ask Kristen, but either way, I think they stick together through the mating and birthing season, which is April 15 to July 15. Then July 15, that's when the pups start to break away.
Yeah. Isn't that when the season reopens?
That's when it reopens. And but I know right by my house, 75 feet from my front door in the field across the street, I say 75 feet, maybe 100 feet, I don't know. But the male, my understanding, don't quote me, I'm not a biologist or anything, but my understanding, the male leaves again, then the mother takes the pups around and teaches them.
Okay.
Because right outside from my door one night, it was I had to do a third shift, and I was getting ready to leave, and the pups all started yipping. Mama had taken them hunting, and they got something right across the street, and it was kind of neat to see or to hear. And then I put the spotlight out there, of course, and saw the pups and everything. But I've had too many troubles with coyotes in my backyard.
Coyotes are big trouble.
So, do you hunt coyote or not?
I do once in a while. Yep, I do have a rabbit that'll circle around, but I haven't had any success using it yet.
Yeah. Well, if you're interested in learning more about that or having somebody come out to your property to show you how to use it successfully, I can get you in touch with those people. That's just what they do. They love predator hunting. We've had Josh with Overdrive Outdoors on the show here quite a few times, and he will actually come out to you and show you how to work everything if you're interested in that. But it is definitely going to be a benefit to try to thin that herd out.
Do you use Facebook?
Yeah.
Look up Overdrive Outdoors.
Yep.
And look for Josh Mapes. Josh has been on the show with me before. I don't know if Tim was here. You were here when Josh was here, weren't you? But we've talked a lot about the predator hunting and so on. And right now, I know he's hunting some coyotes. Well, no, he's doing some varmint control.
Oh.
Because during this April 15 to July 15, if they're causing damage, they've been taking this lady's chickens.
Oh, up in the UP.
No, I thought this was close by.
Well, I know he was just up in the UP.
He just came back from the UP, I think. Okay. That was a pretty big damage control situation up there.
And he got him up there.
Yep, and then I think it's the chickens that are down here that the chickens are getting taken.
Yeah.
I think that's closer by. But Overdrive Outdoors, if you look them up on Facebook, and then you can post to their wall, ask for Josh. Josh is right here local. He'll get a hold of you and talk to you about how to take care of those, because you're going to have to go down to Three Rivers, right? And you like to hunt more than just the deer season.
Right. Yeah.
and even if you just want some advice on how to possibly do it on your own, they will give you that advice. They're predator hunters, love doing it, and they're all really good at it.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you for the phone call.
Thanks for calling in.
Hey, I just Googled if coyotes mate for life, and National Geographic.
Hey, you're the producer. Who said you could vote?
I'm trying to help. Coyotes do mate for life.
No
kidding.
They
do. Mm-hmm. They do. Okay. I wasn't positive on that because I know it's wolves do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And so didn't know if I was getting that mixed up.
Huh.
I was curious myself, so I had to look it up.
Yeah, because what used to happen, I've got the ravine behind the house,
Yep.
And they would come in, and there was den back there in the ravine, right in the side, and they would mate up. Well, they'd have 4 pups.
Oh, yeah. When they start to reproduce.
Then all of a sudden, I'd have 6 of them there.
Yep.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Quick.
Then they attacked my dog and everything else.
That's when everything went downhill.
Yeah, it went downhill for them real fast because I got sick of it.
Now. Yeah.
Don't touch my
Those
pup.
coyotes are just awful. They really are. They're destructive.
And they carry diseases around too. Like raccoons will carry it around, diseases and stuff. They overpopulate for the area.
Quick.
They spread out. Oh yes, they do.
They'll move in and overtake it, and seems like hours.
Oh yeah, it doesn't take long.
Yep.
But yeah, we've had them. I could tell you numerous stories about coyotes and
they're terrible.
And trying to chase them down and everything else. But Josh seems to get it done.
Oh, he does. He's constantly taking them down.
Yeah.
And we have to. You have to.
Well, you got to control the populations.
Yeah. If it's not under control, we're all in trouble. Everybody.
I got my rabbits back after I got rid of them.
Did you?
Yeah.
See, it's those rabbits and turkeys too. I've watched them just completely take down a whole flock of them throughout the season. Behind my house there.
When my kids were young, very young, because this was back, we had a 1988 Astrovan.
Four-wheel drive, though. That's good.
Actually, this one wasn't. This was just rear-wheel drive.
You had the
entry
level. Yes.
But the entry level. There you go. But I would take the boys in the spring down to Allegan, and we'd scout for turkey.
Yep.
They absolutely loved it. I'd get them up early in the morning. Funny thing, though, they get to a certain age, they stop liking the sunrise.
Yeah. Yep.
Like we like the sunrise.
Well, that's because we're older now, especially you.
I always liked the sunrise. I was always that kid that got up in the morning and was off doing stuff before everybody else, and then they wondered where he went. Yeah. Where'd he go today?
Then they kept saying he keeps coming back.
Anyway, I took the kids down there, and when you got on a couple of the 2-tracks, I would let them take their seatbelts off, and then they could. One was in the front seat. You know, we had the 2 separate seats, and then the other one would stand in between.
That was back when we could do this, by the way, everybody.
Well, we weren't on a public road.
Right, but you better, this has been years.
It was years ago. Yep. But he would stand in the middle. So we all 3 could see out the front.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we come down one little knoll, and we're dropping down in the bottom, and I see up on the next rise that we're about to go over, I see a turkey coming across, just down a little ways, and he's down from the crest. He's walking across. He walks right across the path. So the kids are like, oh yeah, and they're watching the turkey. All of a sudden I see a coyote pop his head up on the horizon there on the top. He's looking, he sees the turkey, he goes down, comes a little further over, pops up again.
Oh, stalking it.
He was stalking it, and he was making sure it was still there or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he shot right across the 2-track, right up at the top crest. You could just see like half of him go across.
Yep.
And so we got out, and we snuck our way over. And as we were working our way over, then you could hear the turkey fly up.
Yep.
And I think the coyote made his move, but the turkey made it away.
Good.
So,
have you ever seen those mounts? It's that Sport Fishing RV show or Hunting Fishing Expo. They have the mounts, and there's always one there of a coyote jumping, and in its mouth it's got a like the back end of a pheasant or the back end of a quail. Just an awesome mount, but that also shows you exactly what happens.
Oh, yeah, they get them.
Oh,
they get them.
In a quick hurry.
You think the grouse and stuff can get away, but no.
Yeah.
They get them. When we get back, I think we should talk a little bit about some Asian carp and some...
Speaking of destructive
some
things.
Boats and stuff, getting out on the water.
Yep.
And that reminds me that the Outdoor Show is brought to us by Advantage Marine in Zeeland with competitive prices and personalized service to meet all your needs. Repair, storage, winterizing, parts, and more. Call Advantage Marine in Zeeland, 616-748-9235, or stop in and see Dave at 8755 Riley Street in Zeeland. That's at the corner of 88th and Riley on the northeast side of Zeeland. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We'll be back here shortly on the Outdoor Show. Welcome back to the Outdoor Show, brought to you by MI Firearms ETS, educating people in the safe and responsible use of firearms since 2001. MI Firearms ETS offers education, training, and supply, the best you can find anywhere. Classes are offered regularly. Class sizes are limited. Register early to reserve your spot, 616-218-7328, or find us on your computer at mifirearmsets.com. We're back, ready to talk with you. Give us a call, 395-1450. Last segment. And we got interrupted from our conversation because we had to come back to the show.
Absolutely.
I mean, gee whiz.
It's nice being back, but we had a good conversation going.
We did.
Plus, we were talking to Chris, and he has no clue.
Yeah, he has no clue. Talking to him through the window.
Yep. Now he's walking out. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah. But let's talk about Asian carp.
Asian carp.
You know,
Do you need a boat for Asian carp? Oh, I bet you do, because they go up from the vibration,
they jump
isn't it?
because, well, from what I've been told, they jump for the reason of the aluminum. The vibration off the aluminum drives them nuts.
Really?
Which makes them jump, yes. If you go on a fiberglass, like every once in a while you'll see those big, speedboat type things.
Oh, I got one of them big speedboat type things.
Fiberglass ones. And they don't really jump to those.
If I get rid of that, I got the fiberglass bass boat.
They don't jump to it.
They won't jump to that.
Not as much. They will
I got
jump.
a 2-stroke. There's going to be some vibration there.
Some, but it's that ting off the aluminum.
Really?
Oh, it's nuts. But there's a lot of misconceptions.
Would it be dangerous to go with my little 12-foot aluminum?
No, I think it'd be a riot to watch you.
My little 12-foot?
Yes. Especially you. You're 8 foot as it is. We don't
with a shallow V.
You know what? Put you and your 2 boys in there and let's go. You follow me. I'll show you.
We'd
where
have
they
about
are.
3 inches over the water.
Yep. But a lot of questions have been coming up to me, and I just want to cover some things because this is something that, I'm guiding these on the Illinois, and I'm guiding them for a couple different reasons. I will show you exactly where you need to go to bring your own boat to do it. I have a lot of repeat clientele that's going because of they don't want to destroy their boat. I mean, these things they'll hit the side of your boat and ding it up. And
you'll show them exactly where to go.
If they want to go on their own, this is not a guide service where you have to come back every year. I'll show you how to go do it. Just majority of the people don't want to bring their boat there because these things jump in it. If you hit the right spots, you'll take hundreds, thousands of fish a day into a boat. They'll jump literally into the boat.
Because when they go up and they flop down,
they got to come down
there's
somewhere.
where they're at.
And they will hit you. I've been knocked unconscious out of the boat.
Are they slimy?
Oh, man, are they slimy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to go.
Oh, I bet you do. You would have a riot.
Can I do the ninja sword thing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I can tell you stories for days.
That's why you want the aluminum boat, because the ninja sword, when you swing, miss.
Doesn't go into it.
It doesn't go as far as it does in the fiberglass.
Well, I started all this with, years ago with friends when I first tried it, maybe 8 years ago. And then...
as far as 8 years ago. Have we this controversy been going on this long?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I bet it's been going on for 15 or more, I would imagine. But it's only getting worse. And
I know we covered
it's
it.
Getting worse.
We covered it when they got close to the Great Lakes, and I was a little irritated that there was inaction.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yep.
And I'm sure they're here.
Yeah.
Just a matter of time.
I did a bunch of research on them to come up with some, actual statistics on them and whatnot. The locks is what they put in for Asian carp.
Right.
But
it took them so long to do it.
Right. Well, the problem being, in the articles that I've read, in the information that I've read, it's not going to stop them. The locks will not stop them. And right here it says that the majority of these fish are getting into the Great Lakes and into other waterways that are heavily used. And like the salmon industry is a $7 to $9 billion a year industry. It will decimate that. It'll be gone as soon as they get in.
How will it hurt the salmon industry?
Because these things are bottom feeders. They're going to go up into the rivers. Well, the salmon go into the rivers to spawn.
You're going to do just like our regular carp do.
Except for 100 times, 1,000,000 times worse.
Really?
And I was reading articles on them, and I didn't realize this. Each fish lays hundreds of thousands of eggs at a time.
More than other fish?
More. Unbelievably amounts more. Now, a lot of them are taken up. Like, think about it this way. They are eating everything on the bottom of the rivers. But in here it goes on to say about the reason that they're so bad is Asian carp are hardy, lay hundreds of thousands of eggs at a time, and spread into new habitat quickly and easily. The problem that they're having is, like on the Illinois, where we'll see 5,000 to 10,000 fish in a 3-hour period. Wow. 5-hour period.
That's amazing.
Now, they're laying hundreds of thousands of eggs per fish. The majority of them are getting eaten up by their own Asian carp. Well, think about this, though. If there's that many in there, how many are still reproducing each year? I mean, it's unbelievable. These things, if they hit the lakes...
Gracious.
The concern that I got is when they hit the lakes, if they come in here, it's not Lake Michigan that's going to have big trouble. It's going to be your river systems. Lake Mac, because Lake Mac's a river system. You know, that's a shallow body of water that they can come into. They'll live there. Kalamazoo, Grand, St. Joe, all those places will be so full of Asian carp, you won't see boats on the water.
But when it floods all the way up by my house,
you're going to have them.
they'll be in the fields surrounding the river.
Yep.
And then I'll need my aluminum boat, my 12-footer.
Yep. You got it. Then I can see this. But I did some, like the origin, how'd they get here? And I did not know this. I knew that there was 2 or 3 species of Asian carp that we had. There's 7. 7 species of Asian carp, which 4 of them...
7 species?
7 species. And it says... but it's 4 in particular, the big head, the black, the grass, and the silver that worry everybody. The reason that they came in was farmers bought these to clear their ponds from Asia, had them shipped in, put them into their ponds, which is fine, except for one guy who lived right on the edge of the Mississippi, right on the edge, put in hundreds of them, and was cleaning his ponds. Well, what happens to the Mississippi every year?
Flood.
That's how we got them. Isn't that crazy?
Well, that knucklehead.
Yeah.
What was he thinking?
Who knows? But so I've been I'll be booking charters. I'm leaving July 29 or 30th. I'll be heading to Illinois. I've got a lot of hunts booked.
So are you going to be booking? Are these weekend or weekday?
It's a single day hunt. By the end of the day, you're tired from pulling bows, shooting, the sun, just everything.
So do we have to go down there and stay overnight in Chicago, or
no? It's about a 4-hour drive from here. You can drive up in the morning if you want. The nice thing, you don't have to wake up at 6 o'clock to go. The warmer the water gets, the better. Rain or shine does not matter. But I usually head out about 9 o'clock and I'll shoot till 2 or 3. So you could drive down in the morning and drive home if you want. Most people come the night before, get a good night's sleep, get on the river.
So a guy could come to do the Asian carp.
Yep.
He could take his wife with, let her go shopping in Chicago.
Yep.
And
you got it.
And then he can go and go Asian carp hunting. We got a quick call? We got a little bit of time here, caller. Good morning.
Yeah. I was just turning in, listening about the Asian carp. One quick question: when you do these hunts or whatever, these trips, how do the fish taste wise? How do they taste compared to other fish? I mean, are they good eating? Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you very much. I have never tried to eat them myself.
I do hear they are serving it.
I do hear that they're serving it and that they're great. And I do have a client that's coming with me on my first hunt. He's going to take some home. We're going to fillet them and he's going to try them. I hear that they're great, but I've never eaten them.
They're not like the carp that we have up here.
Not at all.
The carp we have up here gets kind of mushy.
Yep. And this is a whitish pink meat.
Yeah, so it's going to be closer to a salmon?
Not quite a salmon.
Texture?
I would imagine more like a whitefish, I would think.
Good
Same
and mild.
fillet. Yeah, mild.
Hey, well, we'll have to try it. Talk to you again next week, right here on The Outdoor Show.